Hi, everybody. This is Josh Jelinski, the financial quarterback, and we have Dr. Richard Smith back. He's the author of the Risk Rituals newsletter, which offers investors advice on how to potentially be more successful in a risk-based world. Known as the Doctor of Uncertainty by his peers, Dr. Smith has dedicated his life to comprehending market risk and empowering traders, both new and seasoned, to be savvy investors. He also serves as the CEO of the historic research nonprofit, the Foundation for the Study of Cycles. You were on here months ago talking about NFTs. Did you buy any?
I actually haven't bought any NFTs directly. I am more interested in NFTs for the future. I'm not that excited about the collectibles aspect of NFTs right now and kind of the status trade that's going on in NFTs right now. I think NFTs are really the beginning, not the beginning, but the continuation of what Bitcoin started, which is digital sovereignty, right? Being able to assign ownership to digital assets, right? So this is much bigger than just, NBA Top Shots and, Christie's.
Rich people. Rich people doing auctions. Yeah.
Right. So I think NFTs are way bigger than that. Ultimately, I'm very
So
big
you aren't
on the
kicking
idea
yourself.
of,
I have you on right here. So this is just how cool Dr. Smith is. You were on our show April 17th.
Okay.
And you were talking about NFTs and their viability. And
the real deal.
If we only bought the NFTs when you came on, right? Have you ever thought that? I go back. I really don't have any NFTs. I think other than I sort of believe in them how you believe in them. I think there is import in the world of intellectual property, digital sovereignty, things like that. So I see the appeal. Just to me, it's like buying an NFT, rare Pepe frog. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. It seems like a status symbol.
I can explain it to you why those, people regard them as valuable. They really are status symbols, and they make you part of a community and part of a network, right? And then they reveal your status in that network. So, they do have real value to the people that are buying them. I have no doubt about that.
It's a status symbol thing.
Speaking of intellectual property, I am invested in a startup company that is using NFTs for intellectual property and for patents in particular, right? So how do you use this NFT technology to actually to kind of unlock value in the intellectual property and patent markets?
Yeah, that to me,
those markets.
That to me is the most appealing thing with NFTs. The rest of it to me seems like a big scam.
Well, that is where I've put a little bit of my money on that bet, which is it's a private company. It's called IPWE, and doing some really interesting work and potentially, I think, creating a new economy of intellectual property using the NFT concept. So I think that's going to be much bigger than CryptoPunks and NBA Top Shots. But hey, I have no beef with artists making money on their creations. I think that's fantastic. And I might not buy it, but that doesn't mean that I should discourage others.
But if we only bought some CryptoPunks when you were on last show talking about how they were respectable, that would have been fun. But yeah, no, I don't really see
it would have been fun.
So the company's called IPWE?
Yes, it is. And they've got some contracts or some, not contracts, but anyway, I don't want to speak out of turn.
Yeah.
A privately held company.
Sure, that's exciting.
But they're doing some really interesting work and worth checking out.
No, that's cool. So you see NFTs really for the intellectual property standpoint. What about the Metaverse? I've heard different talks that people are, like Decentraland and all these things. So like people are buying these $66 million paintings because that might be the world that we inhabit in the metaverse. Is there any truth to that, or is that like just what these people tell themselves?
Yeah, look, you can, in the metaverse, you can create your own space, right? And if you own the NFT to that painting, right, then you can put it up on your wall in the space. The metaverse is an interesting topic. We could certainly talk about that, all night long. But I do think the metaverse is a real thing. I'm not as hot on it as Mark Zuckerberg is, right? Rebranding his whole company as the Metaverse company. I think he's getting a little ahead of himself. And I think if people are recognizing Zoom fatigue today, you got to wonder what Metaverse fatigue might look like.
I mean, here's the thing. The Metaverse has existed since the 80s when they had those group party chats, and then they evolved to AOL chat.
Yeah, right.
And we had a little debate with some friends of mine. And it was essentially like, these are really just extensions. So Meta is really going to be, you're going to be on Facebook now with Google goggles or Oculus Rift headsets. And so instead of being on Zoom, I'm going to be like, it can feel like I can touch you and maybe shake your hand, but it's really not like we're going to really inhabit another world. It's going to be like a little bit better than Zoom. People don't, I think they're overhyping it. I think the import of the metaverse will be maybe business interaction. So instead of going on Zoom, you can put on your goggles and a 3D version of your guest will pop up. So you'll feel like you're really present and you can see him.
I have one example that somebody shared with me. I haven't put on a set of Oculus goggles yet, and I'm generally wary about, full immersion in the digital world. But they're sharing how they actually have meetings using their Oculus goggles, and they're playing ping pong during the meeting.
Wow.
Right. So that, I can see that that's interesting, that it adds a little value to the interaction, that, it kind of engages your mind in a little different way, almost as if you're playing ping pong, and you can have kind of some casual conversations while playing a game and almost have a little bit of, like hanging out at the gym, So anyway, it was interesting to me. But in general, I'm with you. I don't think the metaverse is everything that Zuck hopes it will be. I think it's kind of a bit of a ploy on his part right now to distract attention from the heat that Facebook's been getting over the last few months.
Facebook is one of those things that it's gotten heat for years, and the stock keeps moving up. Not recommending that anyone buy or sell it over the years. Go ahead.
I think they are losing a lot of young people. And I think that's part of why the rebranding is to try to make it cool again, make it cool. So I think that's a problem for them, losing young people. And I think it's a real issue. And I think that part of what's going on here is that he needs a rebranding.
Yeah, they're losing a ton of young people to TikTok. Although, I don't know, what is the age of Instagram? What does Instagram skew now? A little older? Now it's like 25 and older? Is that really? I forget. I don't know what the age of Instagram.
It's younger than Facebook, I can tell you that. So
yeah, it's about,
my 20-year-old daughter is on Instagram and she's not on Facebook.
So there you go, though. If they own Instagram, so they still got.
They do.
But I think where they're losing is under 20. Nobody under 20 is going on to Instagram. Maybe they're all going on TikTok or Snapchat. So what are your thoughts on the current supply chain crisis? Unless you have anything else on the metaverse that you want to talk about. But what's up with
I just want to talk about the model, the privacy model or lack of privacy model that, has been Facebook's bread and butter to date, right? Where you are basically giving up all your data and Facebook's getting all that data and analyzing all that data and then using that data to nudge you in different directions that ultimately benefit their corporate interests first over, your personal well-being or what you came online to do in the first place, right? We go online and we kind of get lost in all of the leads that are moving us around and moving our attention around. And I think that people are really starting to question the integrity of that model, the viability of that model. And I think if, Zuckerberg wants to really do something different, he's going to have to come to terms with that and give people more control and more privacy. I thought it was encouraging this week that he said they're going to stop doing the facial recognition, right? So I think that's a step in the right direction, and I think that's what's going to really make the difference long-term if Facebook, now Meta, is going to be a viable company, because I think people are tired of having their privacy violated and being manipulated by algorithms in ways that, that aren't transparent to us.
Fascinating. So we'll be back after these messages as we talk with Dr. Richard Smith. And folks, give us a call now, 888-988-JOSH.
The preceding program was sponsored by the Jelensky Advisory Group.
Any awards, rankings, or recognition by unaffiliated third parties or publications, including 5-Star Wealth Manager, Advisory of the Year finalist by Senior Market Advisor, and Top of the $1 Million Roundtable, are in no way indicative of the advisor's future performance or any individual client's investment success. No award, ranking, or recognition should be construed as a current or past endorsement of Josh Jelensky or Wealth Quarterback LLC. Information regarding specific awards, rankings, or recognitions is available on the Wealth Quarterback website at www.jelensky.org. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss. Investment strategies such as asset allocation, diversification, or rebalancing do not assure or guarantee better performance and cannot eliminate the risk of investment losses. There are no guarantees that a portfolio employing these or any other strategy will outperform a portfolio that does not engage in such strategies. This broadcast should not be construed by any client or prospective client as a solicitation to effect or attempt to affect transactions in securities or the rendering of personalized investment advice. Due to various factors, including changing market conditions, the information discussed in this broadcast may no longer be reflective of current positions or recommendations. While information presented is believed to be factual and up to date, Josh Jelensky and Wealth Quarterback do not guarantee its accuracy, and it should not be regarded as a complete analysis of the subjects discussed. The tax and estate planning information discussed is general in nature, is provided for informational purposes only, and should not be construed as legal or tax advice. Listeners should consult an attorney or tax professional regarding their specific legal or tax situation.
Advisory services offered through Wealth Quarterback LLC.